because again, the Democrats have lately, especially over the last 6 years, have a horrible track record when it comes to misinformation and disinformation. We have big tech social media companies, right? Big tech social media companies have had their hands in the caught in the cookie jar numerous times. I just gave that example of the Biden administration asking Facebook to, suppress or limit the reach of posts on their platform that could be causing vaccine hesitancy. Talked about in previous episodes and again now that the Biden Hunter Biden laptop story was a combination of Facebook, Twitter, I believe Instagram got in on it, and maybe one other platform to suppress that story, to suspend the New York Post account. And not only that, but it went to so far to where you could not even share that article in your DMs on Twitter, and I'm sure also on Facebook as well. And then we also have examples of the media just spouting the talking points from the Democrat Party or from the White House and other disinformation. Think about the Russia hoax. The Russia hoax, we were told for years, not only from the media that that was true, not the hoax was true, but that the collusion was true, ultimately ending up as or being a hoax the entire time, but was never acknowledged. They were just lying basically for 3-4 straight years in a row. And that goes back to also was tied to our federal government, our intelligence agencies, our judicial Department of Justice with the FBI. It was also tied into big media, big tech, Department of Justice. The FBI within the Department of Justice goes to the intelligence agencies, all the way up the ladder, so to speak, and that is still being reviewed of how much was actually known and everything. And Sussman, I think, goes on trial next week. His trial begins, Michael Sussman, but it goes all the way back to the Clinton campaign. So we're talking all the way back to 2016. And not only that, but there are senators and representatives, mainly Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell and everything, which, slept with a Chinese spy. But regardless, it just permeated through so many different areas within our government and within media and tech. So how can we trust them? And then COVID information. That's probably going to get the flag put up on this video on YouTube. Hopefully, they don't take it down. But COVID information, we were told that initially masks don't work. The reason for that was because they didn't want to run on masks. And then we were told, okay, well, masks do work, and even those little triple ply masks work. Well, no, actually, they don't. But that was still being pushed. We were told that, from the CDC and from the Department of Education that and teachers unions, not all teachers, this is specifically Weingarten, and I think she runs the NEA. I have that wrong, but Randy Weingarten saying, "Oh yes, we want students back, but they're at risk and they can spread, and then that puts our teachers at risk, even though all their demands were being met for the teachers to be protected." So all of these lies that you may have kind of been thinking there were lies as they were going on during the pandemic, but as more and more studies have been done and the data has been collected and analyzed and so on and so forth, it's clear that we were being lied to throughout the pandemic. So the federal government, specifically the executive branch, the administrative state, can say all these things. Mayorkas can say all of these things, but I don't think he has a leg to stand on as far as trusting him. And neither does anyone else in the executive branch, the administrative state, that wants to give their seal of approval. Because it's been shown time and time again that we cannot trust what they're saying. They have the trust that once was there, maybe if you had any in the federal government, especially the executive branch and even the legislature, has eroded. Polls show going back to last year and prior that the trust in media has eroded because it's just become mouthpieces for the current administration. And the current administration not being truthful about a lot of things means that those media companies are not being truthful. They're just regurgitating whatever they're being fed, that comes from the podium of the White House or from the press briefing room. So I am very, very hesitant to everything involving this Disinformation Governance Board. Thank you for joining me for this episode. Please click one of these two videos to my left and my right. Also, you can hit the logo down there for the subscribe. And remember to like this video and share it with others. Thank you.